TD Jakes.
Oh, you got.
I threw that in there. Yeah.
This is different than the
I'm
other.
so sick of hearing about TD Jakes.
No, this is different.
No, it's still the whole thing.
It's not the stuff
him
with,
being gay and all that.
No, it's not the Puff Daddy stuff.
It still kind of filters to it, whatever.
Okay,
but it's more about the Wells Fargo deal that he has.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put Larry Reed on here because I don't know. I'm still looking into that story.
Okay, look more at it. And then a lot of these things are still alleged.
And a lot of them is just gossip.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
If somebody's gay or not.
Or
that don't have nothing to do with me.
Or they violated someone.
That's different. Like if you did something that was...
These are all still allegations, but all of these shows like ours, it's just giving updates.
Fonnie went to church.
We could be giving wrong updates. That's why we have to say allegedly.
Fonnie went to church.
But did she go back?
No, this was recently. Yeah.
Okay, because she was in the church last week, and the ladies on The View spoke about
the man that died in Russia, Alexei, and Trump. Trump selling shoes.
In the back alley, huh? No.
Michael Strahan's update on Michael Strahan's daughter.
We wanted to do that because we've been praying for him and his daughter, especially for her healing.
That story was sent by Wendy Pearson.
Right. So we have another Wendy as our show.
Well, we've always had her. She just went away for a while.
Well, I'm just saying people who are tuning in for the first time, we have more than one Wendy.
Yeah. Well, we got 5 people. So we got 2 Wendy's.
Why you keep saying that? Despise my small beginnings. My goodness. Well, thank you, 5 people.
I don't really care. So, you know me. I don't.
You talk about that.
This is not what I do.
You won't be able to say that no more when it is more than 5.
I mean,
you'll probably say these 5 have stayed with us. They have been with us for the foundation. Because that's what other shows do.
But I mean, I don't do YouTube like some people.
Yeah.
Some people do YouTube like it's their whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see who.
Follow me. I'm going here. Follow me.
Yeah. Okay. So the latest on to bring people up on the whole TD Jakes thing. Some people don't know what's going on, I guess. When Diddy got popped by Cassie, she started talking about him
out with her
and said he was really a no good scoundrel, which we already knew that.
What is it? Dirty lowdown.
Dirty lowdown scoundrel. Having sex parties and all kind of stuff. We already knew that though with him.
Yeah, we're not surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying that if she was violated in any way, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. And now we say because he settled. But I guess that don't mean he's guilty.
That's true.
So we still have to say allegedly, I guess. Mm-hmm. People started talking about TD Jakes being his pastor. Mm-hmm. And about him going to some parties. But we saying, was he going to the sex parties or was he just he said he just went to a birthday party. He wasn't into all of that.
Okay.
Well, then Bernard Jordan's son comes out.
Manessa.
Who
also has a prophetic gift like his dad.
And says that he had an affair with TD Jakes and TD Jakes groomed him and all this stuff. And he's supposed to be filing a lawsuit against him.
Allegedly. This is all alleged.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then I still haven't heard about the lawsuit. Have you? Where's this lawsuit?
They're supposed to be gathering receipts and showing.
Now it's making people side-eye him.
Yeah.
Manessa, where's this lawsuit?
Yeah. And Manessa, from what we heard, Bernard Jordan's son, their relationship is kind of strained. They haven't had a really close relationship.
Just all messy.
Yeah.
So then all the other stuff that's going on with TD Jakes. Mm-hmm. Well, before, remember, like a year ago, he talked about hooking up with Wells Fargo.
Oh, okay.
And doing $1 billion deal. So that's kind of what I want to talk about.
Okay. What's like the updates with this?
And this is getting negativity. Believe it or not.
Wells Fargo?
Well, Wells Fargo then had negativity. Yeah. Remember, Wells Fargo was sued, and I think people won. Mm-hmm. They wasn't giving Black people loans for homes and stuff.
They gave us something.
And even if they do give you a loan, you go default real quick.
Yeah, the percentages.
They ruin your credit. So now they got that's, I mean, y'all can Google that. I'm not going into a whole big Wells Fargo thing.
The history of their ins and outs.
So that was a whole big old thing. And then they were sued. And so they, went through all of that. And now they have a new CEO. So he's trying to change the image of Wells Fargo.
And we got to also allow companies to have new presidents.
That's kind of what I'm going to talk about.
They can take the organization on a whole new journey.
Well, that's kind of what I'm going to talk about, because the people that's online and YouTube that's negative about Wells Fargo, you guys are morons. Mm-hmm. Most of the insurance companies that you have your insurance with have slavery history. Every company mostly has some tie to either hurting Black people or people of color or slavery
racism.
Or
we're
something.
Finding that, and some people have even allegations with State Farm.
Yeah, so stop with all of this. Wells Fargo has a bad past. Because if you really want to go down the list of who has a bad past, you guys will be doing nothing. You be growing your food out of the backyard and eating from your own grocery store instead of going to Walmart and all these Jewel and all of this.
Do your own.
And even then, the places you get the seeds from, I probably got some slavery background.
Thank you. There's a history of racism, whatever, even in our country, our laws, our amendments.
Our presidents own slaves.
So you're going to find it some way, somewhere.
You. And if you go to another country, they just as scandalous in their history.
And if you have, I was telling her, I say, regardless of the history of our country and even in other places, if you are in a situation, in a job or a season or a position to make change,
then you make the change.
Go for it.
Like Michael Jackson said, make that change. Man in the mirror. Mama's been singing that song. I think she saw that somewhere.
Mama loves Man in the Mirror.
She's not singing it correctly.
What?
She's singing it churchy. Yeah. You're gonna make that change.
Remember Cedric the Entertainer?
And you're gonna
he says his grandmother took every song, secular song, and made it a like the movie
My Lord says shoot, 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 baby.
My Lord says
sometimes you laugh and sometimes you cry.
Every song you can make.
Yeah. So she made Man in the Mirror a gospel song.
Grandma's song. I'll keep holding on.
Yeah.
Grandma loved that song.
What note?
I was going, I'll keep holding on.
No.
Yeah.
It's holding on up.
No, you don't have to go up.
Keep
That's
on.
You another note above me though. Don't mess up my note.
No, that's not the song though.
I'll keep holding on. I was breaking it down into harmony.
Oh, I don't do all that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you went holding on. Holding on.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute. We got to get this. I'll keep holding on. Oh.
I was trying to do that. I'm sorry.
You're just you're a backup singer. Nobody's doing harmony. We doing the song.
But our backup singers do the harmony.
Who's doing that? We're singing the song. But nobody's singing backup.
Sometimes we'll do, if you're singing a song and we're singing the melody, that's wrong to say if I'm still singing the melody, I'm not singing the right note.
Whatever.
Okay.
All right, so TD Jakes. These people probably like, that's why we only got 5 people. The religious leader is working to improve the lives of Black Americans with a bank that has a history of alleged discrimination.
Give them a break. They got a new CEO.
Now, this is Forbes magazine. If you guys want to look at Forbes, this is their take on this. 4 years ago, so it was 4 years ago, TD Jakes estimated he needed $100 million to start a foundation to help solve sociological issues such as food deserts, which we know there's no hardly grocery stores in these neighborhoods.
Certain areas,
where people live more than 10 miles from a grocery store and sell fresh food.
Fresh. That's the secret word.
Jakes has also pointed to insufficient housing and lack of STEM learning, which is science, technology. We know that. Math. For children in undeserved communities. We know that. They reading out of 10-year-old books, some of them. To better prepare for digital world. Jakes, the founder and pastor of Dallas-based mega church, the Potter's House. The Potter wants to put you back together again. Every time I think of that, I think of
Potter's House,
it went public with his proposal in January of 2020. Okay. Now, we started off by talking about all this stuff with P. Diddy and all of this. So people was thinking, is this going to jeopardize
those
his
things that he put in place
with Wells Fargo.
Those businesses, those organizations that he's merging with, that he's bought,
well,
that he's whatever.
Forbes is answering that question. On February 9th, Jake's faith further revealed itself in the form of financial commitment with Wells Fargo. Yeah. So they're going ahead with the deal. They don't care about Manessa and Prophet Jordan and all these other things going on.
And here's the thing too. Good mindset with that. That's on him. He didn't make comments as anti-Semitic comments about a race of people. Mm-hmm. He didn't make comments about women or whatever. So they figured, oh, that's T.D. Jakes and his little private life. Let him figure it out. But we're going to still move forward.
Well, this is what I think.
This is helping people.
I feel like, I don't think Wells Fargo care about that.
Well, what else with money?
Look.
It's always about money.
I think their reputation is so bad right now.
They really need to clean it
that
up.
Even they saying we'll even hook up with T.D. Jakes at this point.
Because anything is better than nothing.
We've been pushing this. So at this point, all of the stuff that's about him is allegations. Mm-hmm. And even if Manessa does sue him or whatever, that still has to go through litigation, which is going to take another year or 2 years. By that time, we've had all these neighborhoods built up.
Exactly.
So keep pushing ahead.
Right. And keep the plan moving.
Now, with that being said, I don't care. They keep pulling out all these stories about T.D. Jakes. They got pictures of him in compromising positions. Uh-huh. I give two rats about that. If he's going to build grocery stores in these African-American neighborhoods, I don't care about all of that.
Oh, God. Larry Reid had the text with him in his pink shirt.
And he needs to quit putting people's texts out because now there's a whole YouTube congregation about him.
They was doing a side by side. Eddie Long before he passed, he had on a pink shirt.
I'm so sick of them.
Jakes in his pink shirt flex.
I'm so sick of these people. You're exposing somebody, and somebody's exposing you, and then somebody's exposing the exposer who's exposing.
And thank you, because he's been exposed, trying to expose.
It's ridiculous.
It's a domino effect.
It's Larry Reid.
I expose you, and you expose
Tasha K is exposing Larry Reid. Then you got a whole mass of people exposing Tasha K.
Oh yeah.
Then you got people who are exposing Tasha K. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Everybody
it has nothing to do with business and things that's going on. Yes. Now, if this puts grocery stores in black neighborhoods and gets these kids ready for STEM programs and technology, you can put him in a leopard skin panty set. I don't care. He has $1 billion deal with Wells Fargo. And I don't care that Wells Fargo didn't give black people loans.
Now they are.
It doesn't matter.
Remember, we in the care.
Like you said, State Farm. All of these insurance companies at one point owned slaves.
There are some that have been in business with a lot of before Civil War.
All we know now is Jake, the State Farm black guy. Is his name Jake?
I think it's Jake.
The cute little guy that's always gonna. That's all we know.
He's the State Farm representative.
So State Farm being sued for being prejudiced and racist and all this other stuff. Nobody cares. They care about looking at the cute little black guy with the red shirt on that pops up everywhere.
And the football players is around.
And the football players. And so no one
be always going. You know what? As long as there's racism on this earth, there's going to be racism on this earth.
Exactly. And as long as there's sin on this earth, pastors are going to sin. Now, you need to make the decision. Do you want to keep going to that pastor's church? That's it. What's your level?
Well, here's the thing.
What's the level of his sin that you say?
Exactly.
Okay.
What's my checklist?
What's your checklist?
You're not going to find a perfect
you're not.
pastor.
No.
So you go with your checklist.
So is it
he's
can
a
have
family man at least?
Is he my checklist?
He's not having an affair.
My checklist is he's having an affair, but it's not with a man. Maybe that's your checklist. I expect him to cheat with women.
Very wise man.
Right.
Very gifted and anointed man. But right now, I don't know if I can deal with the infidelity.
And then some people might say,
adultery.
Some people might say, even, what are you doing?
They're thinking this. This is them thinking. I'm like, I don't know if I want to stay there.
You got two comedians up here now, guys.
That's my
all right, so now... I'm talking.
I'm going through the checklist that you're talking about.
Yeah, like a duck. Quack, 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 quack. Like I need
I'm not quacking.
No, I'm saying like as I say.
See how you that's what comedians do. Was I quacking?
As I say,
exaggerate. That's what Cat Williams and them do. They exaggerate.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
But he's also on stage by himself.
No, we're talking about the duos. Lauren Hardy, Abbott and Costello, Fred Flintstone and Barney, the Honeymooners and Norton. Ed, what's his name? Ed and that's who we are. We're the duets. Go ahead, Lucy and Ethel. Yeah,
all right.
I can keep the duets going.
All right, duet. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm talking about
you doing the checklist, and I'm that person going. I'm trying to think. Should I stay there? Because if they fit that my checklist of things I don't want. Yes. In my past.
How far do you go? So I don't care. We're talking about this $1 billion deal. TD Jakes has partnered with Wells Fargo. Mm-hmm. People talking about, well, how much is he gonna get out of it? I don't care how much he gets out of it.
As long as
I don't care.
Better in the neighborhood.
I don't care if he gets $1 billion out of it. Whatever.
Right.
Am I gonna see grocery stores in black neighborhoods? Am I gonna see the schools being built up? Am I gonna see these kids not reading out of 10-year-old books? Right. Am I gonna see centers for these kids to be able to go to?
Right.
That's all I care about. Mm-hmm. All this other stuff about who's lining their pockets and all that stuff, that's in everything. You don't say that with your government. They line their pocket with your money every month and you don't say nothing.
Your past presidents have done that.
Everybody's always they pick and choose the things they want to concentrate on. Mm-hmm. You're going to concentrate on the Wells Fargo deal with TD Jakes, but you don't care where your tax money go. Mm-hmm. That comes out of your check every day. Mm-hmm. You don't care that your congressman or whoever else is getting hit money to vote a certain way.
Thank you.
But you care about this one thing.
Or your streets of sanitation is taking money underneath the table to not redo things and stuff. But no, your eye is on this Wells Fargo and TD Jakes.
Well, here's the settlement. This is the part I was talking about. Over the years, Wells Fargo has developed a bad relationship with Black Americans. Yeah. In 2020, the Bloomberg reported the bank declined nearly half of Black applicants, 47%, looking to refinance mortgages in low interest rate environments. We always say that if you are Asian or somewhere else, you can get a store in a Black neighborhood before a Black person.
In his own neighborhood. Yep.
You could be from Afghanistan and China and Korea.
Other countries.
The whole street is lined with everybody owning something but Black people.
But the Black person himself.
Well, maybe there's a Black guy who owns a barbershop. He's there.
Right.
They make sure we have a barbershop.
Barbecue
and get our hair plate.
Soul food place.
Or a liquor store. But even the liquor stores we don't own.
No.
In 2012, Wells Fargo paid $184 million in a settlement. After allegedly discriminated against Black consumers by charging higher fees and mortgage rates. And you don't hear bobblehead Candace Owens talk about that.
No, she don't. Mm-hmm.
According to her, there's no systemic racism, according to her.
Thank you.
Because she's a bobblehead. So. In 2017, the bank promised to create 250,000 new Black homeowners by 2027. You don't see ugly Tim Scott talking about this.
No. He keeps.
I just love you, Trump.
He keeps talking about his mom being a single woman and raising him and whatever.
His mom raised him as a single woman.
This man.
Okay. Now, ask why Black Americans should trust Wells Fargo for financing Jake's CEO. This thing is believable. They said that they changed. They committed and focused on making the corrections. The two problems that occurred before. This is the new guy. Charles Scharf or whatever his name is. Okay. He's a new CEO. Okay. So he said, I want to clean up Wells Fargo's thing.
Give him a chance.
He said, I'm here to represent our people in an ongoing endeavor to build equity, opportunity, to build a commodity of affordable housing. That's what Jake said. Wells Fargo is standing alongside to provide the capital. So that's it. Jakes has said, I want to build up a lot of these areas, and not just in one area. He said in other states too. It's not just Houston.
Okay.
But build
That's
up
good.
these areas.
He's going outside of Texas.
And he also...
Or if you go outside of Houston, you mean within Texas?
Or outside of Texas.
Oh, okay.
And I want to make sure that the people are not 10 miles away from a grocery store.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that these African-American kids, or not even at this point African-American, you see just as many Latino kids growing up in the hood too. So now you have to say almost people of color
as well. People of color.
And even white people. Yeah. You seeing them living in the hood. Yeah. So
a lot of people are suffering.
You can't even say black no more. Yeah. People who are less fortunate that live in these urban communities have better. Yeah. So that's all I care about. I'm tired of looking on YouTube and them talking about TD Jakes and so Puff Daddy and all this other stuff.
So the problem that you're hearing in the comments is that
they don't like this deal because TD Jakes is sketchy and Wells Fargo is racist.
So with that being said, what is their suggestion
to
make those areas or those things that the people that make the neighborhood better? What's their suggestion?
They don't have one, Lenore. They never do.
That's why I'm thinking
the people who complain the most don't do anything. This one lady, I remember she was complaining, and I made a comment on Facebook or something, and then I said, well, how much do you volunteer? Like, what do you do? And that don't have nothing to do. Oh, okay. You answered my question, you big dummy. You got all this time to complain, but you don't volunteer for nothing.
Exactly.
So then shut up.
To even try to make your community better. If you are you would think...
You care so much about the black man, but yet you don't do nothing.
Say, consider the source.
Thank you.
You would listen to people...
If they was in the trenches.
Yes. Because they'll go, you know what? I've been out here. I'm skeptic now about the Wells Fargo thing because we've reached out to organizations like that. They have experience.
Yeah. If it was a black guy or whatever, if he's in the trenches and he says, I don't trust TD Jakes, but I'm out here every day. I'm trying to raise money. I'm trying to get this stuff done. Right. I'm sketchy about them coming in because then I'll at least listen. I may not agree, but I'll at least listen.
Okay. Like you maybe have a reason to feel that way.
He's in the trenches.
But I would still appreciate... You can't stop it.
Exactly.
So let it happen. Let it take its course. And if it gets messy or whatever, okay.
But yeah, they got the latest on TD Jakes is we still are waiting on the lawsuit from Vanessa. So whenever that comes down,
see if that resurfaces.
And then the whole thing with him and
P. Diddy and stuff.
Him and was he involved in all of that, or I don't know, whatever.
We'll see.
Does he wear lingerie? Somebody got pictures of him and. I don't know, whatever.
And then too, we're so concerned about AI. People are fabricating things and making things up, so you don't even know what's real now.
Exactly.
So
that's the latest with him.
So good for you.
So I'm for if you want to know
anything that makes the community better.
If you want to know how the Woods Report feels about the Wells Fargo and the TD Jakes endeavor, we're for it.
And we've been burnt by Wells Fargo. Yeah. Years ago.
Yep.
So we do understand why people are a little kind of skeptical with it. But
we got a new CEO.
Give them a chance. I'm telling you, we're a cancel culture.
Yeah,
we're ready to throw you out in the bath.
But yet they won't throw Trump out. See how I'm saying? We're not really a cancel culture.
Hypocritical.
Yeah. Now,
so Fonny's.
You thought we was gonna get rid of Fonny, didn't you?
Well, Fonny's gonna always be there.